Tag Team of the Year.
Okay, man. I mean, this is again one for me to think of. I got a few picks in mind, like the Hardys and their little retirement party. I really loved it. TNA champions come back to NXT, just light up the place, man. That little thing they did with Team 3D is great nostalgia. And of course, they took on one of the other teams I got to mention this year, Faction. It's a shame what they're doing to them on SmackDown. They haven't been what they was on NXT. Yeah, and that's just part of the subject. You know, that's what happens when you come up sometimes.
WWE booking high flyers.
Yeah, 100%. Like going over to the AEW side of things, man. They're like obviously Brodido, what they've done as well. Excellent tag team. I know a lot of the times it's just throwing two big stars together or people you don't have anything to do with together. But sometimes, you know, it's like peanut butter and jelly. They just mix, man. But out of biasness, yeah, for their music and for their entrance and the majesty they command, yeah, and like, to be honest, they was champions for half the year. I've got to give it to the people who hurt people, man. Like sitting in the arena there and just hearing that before they come out, before the chorus is sung, everyone is already just like, we hurt people. We hurt people. And when they come down, yeah, they just look like badasses, man. Like they look like your old school Road Warriors, Demolition, Harlem Heat, man, like Steiners. This is a badass team, yeah. And yeah, they hurt people. What more can you say, man? The Hurt Syndicate is my tag team of the year.
That's a good shout. That's a damn good shout. So, in my head, and they are now going to be runners up because Brodido came up a lot, but I must admit I didn't see a lot of matches. But through prediction shows, I saw this thrown together tag team that just kept winning. Like every AEW show was like, it was a thing, and then it became a constant win with those guys. My honorable mention I am going to put out because at one point I was going to stick with it was going to be Hyperactive because you had Anita Vaughn and Sapphire just put together on Purpose wrestling out of all places. And I'm not knocking Purpose by any means, but in terms of like huge numbers, Purpose can only hold so much in a small library. And they have gone from show to show to show that so much so Anita Vaughn has now kicked out Nina Samuels from the CTC and they've become a heel faction a heel team within that faction. And they've done amazing. But I think you won me over, Tone. Because there was a lot of love for that team. I think I'm going to join you on the Hurt Syndicate. They were great. But again, you mentioned some great stuff. Faxium also crossed my mind. They were very, very entertaining this year. But yeah, Hurt Syndicate for the win for me as well. Nick.
Thinking about tag teams actually made me quite sad this year. Because you remember this time last year, the SmackDown tag team division was cooking.
The prediction of an awesome Mania match.
Yeah. What's happened to the Machine Guns? What's happened to the Street Profits? Just vanished. I nearly went with Hurt Syndicate. Nearly. I worry they're little bit victim of the Tony Khan's favorite new shiny toys syndrome. They have sort of a 6-month staying power and then not much happens. If reports are to be believed, there's a number of things. Like apparently they've got a bit of the Aleister Black about them and they don't like doing jobs for people, which not great. If you're coming in there with a WWE chip and like, oh, I was there, so I'm not going to lie down for this person. It's like, bro, people have come into AEW and done that before. It hasn't ended well for them. And if you look at how they run,
they're doing quite well.
Sorry,
the people who had that attitude are doing quite well back in WWE, to be honest.
Yeah, Aleister Black's doing great.
Oh well,
CM Punk. He's talking about.
Oh, I wasn't talking about Punk. He's a bitch. We don't talk about him.
We don't talk about Punk now.
Literally. Don't talk about Phil. No, And I look at AEW this last week and how Mox beat Shelton, and it was like, oh, that wouldn't have happened in Shelton's first 2 months. No chance. Like that guy was booked to look. They booked him to look like the second coming of Bobby Lashley before Bobby Lashley arrived. You know, they booked Shelton so well at the beginning that it was like, do we even need Bobby Lashley? Look at what this guy's doing. It's not really that now. I'm gonna say the name that people have mentioned a few times. I'm gonna go with Brodido. Like,
it's not a bad shout. It's a bloody good shout to be honest.
Solid choice, man.
Do you know what I put when I was making my list? Such a breath of fresh air to have. Everyone knew when House of Black were around how good Brody King was, and they would, but we were worried like, Alistair's now gone. Buddy's not really doing much of anything. What's going to happen to this big guy? Is he just gonna be dark ordered into oblivion? And it's like, no, man can go. And it works sometimes, as you said, putting these randoms together, both guys who can actually go. And history has proven big guy and little guy works. It's just the big guy in this case happens to be able to do stuff that big men can't normally do. And the little guy happens to have
strength that a big man should have.
Strength. Some of the things Bandito does, I'm like, what? How much chicken are you eating, bro? You're like less than 5 foot, and you're bench pressing Bobby Lashley. How strong are you? Like, it's unbelievable. And I'm sorry, that match where they won the titles, where Big Tone and I were there for that. The vibe in the arena that night, that obviously plays into my selection of having them forefront of my mind. But then they went on a run, a hell of a run. And I'm kind of hoping they get back together at some point, because it probably won't happen, because Bandito's he's a made man. He's going to be a bona fide big name now, I think. But I hope. But yeah, Brodido, my choice for sure. Brodido.
Yeah, that was an amazing moment. Like in the crowd, we didn't expect them to win. Like literally, they weren't on our radar to win. It was either FTR or Syndicate.
Yeah. We thought what did we say? We thought they were there to eat the pin, right?
Yes,
to protect FTR. That was our pick.
I mean, we didn't mean that as any disrespect to them or anything like that. It's just, but traditionally, that's thrown together tag teams over two of the most established tag teams in the entire company. In fact, scratch that, the most established, barring the Young Bucks, teams in the company. But Brodido beat them both, become champions. It was an excellent moment. The crowd
so cool,
and they delivered, man. They delivered.
Okay, awesome. Then.
Clearly obvious who I'm going to pick. All the way through, I kept going. Every time someone mentioned a name, yes. Because, and I already mentioned it in my Male Wrestler of the Year. That team I've watched the most of everything I've ever watched last year, was that. They were amazing to watch. And yes, as you said, the first time I saw them together, I didn't think nothing, because I saw a big guy with a dad bod and tattoos. He doesn't look like he should be able to do even a roly-poly. And the guy is just doing moves he shouldn't do. And at first, he's the one that got my attention. I was like, a big guy moving like a small guy, reminded me of Bam Bam. And I was like, oh my God. And then I saw the little guy moving, like doing stuff that big guy should be doing. I mean, it's the wrong way around. It's like Diesel is in the ring taking all the beating and then tagging Shawn for the hot tag. No, no. But yeah, it was great, and that's my pick. But yeah, it's just you can't go wrong with that. I didn't even think of Hurt Syndicate, because they just came out and we got to the point of like, yeah, they're gonna win. So I didn't even pay attention to them anymore. And their matches were the same. Their matches were more like JBL and things, just like go out there, beat the crap out of someone and walk away.
It hurt people.
Although I did love the backstage segment when they were taking the piss was it Bro Dingo? Bro thing, they were acting like they hate Brodido. They were acting like they hate him because the internet, the lovely internet community. Oh, they hate each other, and they were cussing. Like, man, come on, man, I love you, bro. And it's like, yes, thank you, you idiots. Stop thinking they hate each other. They can't. This ain't the old school. This ain't the days when they're trying to politic their way into that much. So yeah, love it. That's my tag team.
Cool.
Rodingo.
Right. Don't correct it.
Leon.
That way the whole year. Okay, Leon.
What
So
makes
here's
it-
an interesting thing. If we are going to go based on votes, it is split, and really you should have to pick between the Hurt Syndicate and Brodido. However, if you do have an outside vote, just put it there, and yeah, we'll settle on the
Well,
winner.
it's funny because out of all of you, you've mentioned two of the tag teams, should I say, that are in my list, as well as another one, and maybe not in necessary order. Well, actually, I'll leave the last one for the pick. So one of the tag teams I was thinking of was the Hardys. You know, they've been going on for so long, and at this point of their career, they were able to hold the TNA tag team titles and the NXT tag team titles, a title that they've never held in their career. And obviously, there's a lot of two belts thing going around. Actually, if you kind of think about it, you got Willow Nightingale, you got Brodido. You know, you've got like so many. You got the tag team. You got the Hardys now, but yeah, they held
Okada.
two belts. They were obviously running in two divisions. And at this point of their career, that's pretty impressive. The fan base is still massive. But picking the Hardys would be an easy choice, but they're definitely up there as an honorable mention. Second, I'm not a big fan of Brodido as everyone else is, although I do acknowledge what they're doing. I'm definitely a big fan of Brody King. And that finisher that he does, that it's like a gut wrench into a power driver. Absolutely loved that finisher. That finisher had me jump out my couch like, what the? Like, yeah, like definitely acknowledge what they were doing. And as then the tech was saying, you know, they were just winning, and I think AJ said actually they winning and winning and winning and winning, and obviously they became very noticeable. And then obviously then there's the Hurt Syndicate, who basically hurt people, and you know what, it's kind of easy to go with the Hurt Syndicate, but when I look at storyline situations, it's not really been up there like Brodido, I would say. Yes, they've been going through people and all of that, but then obviously they've lost the tag team titles. And I think they've lost a bit of direction as well. Because if you look at them now, it's like, where are they going? What are they doing? What's happening? You know? And I don't really know where they're going. And it's almost like they're going into the same stratosphere that the Machine Guns and what's the other one?
DIY. DIY.
Hardys?
Nico said it.
The-
Faction?
Profits.
Profit.
Street Profits.
Oh.
It's almost like they're heading into that kind of obscurity sort of thing. So for that reason, for the fan base, for how they've turned stuff around, and whether you want to look at it as a bad thing, turn into a good thing, or a good thing that just went into the stratosphere, you have to acknowledge, shout out to Roman Reigns, Brodido. So I'm going to name Brodido as my tag team of the year.
Not a bad call. So.
Okay, guys, just to summarize, Big Tone and myself like to hurt people, so we went for the Hurt Syndicate. However, Double V, Den the Tech, and Simsy have all voted Brodido. So that means one thing and one thing only. The big man with the abilities of a cruiserweight and the man who looks like a cruiserweight but has the strength of a big man, Brodido, are your tag team of the year. So guys, please join us tomorrow as we will announce our faction of the year, but always keep it locked and keep it ministry on X at MOW News, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok, Ministry of Wrestling. And I said it before and I'll say it again, we will see you tomorrow. See ya.